Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video we're gonna be testing the Betrayal. So Betrayal is one of these strategies which is very good early on in the league for like a first week or two, because you can actually sell the veiled items for quite a lot of money because people want the crafts at the crafting bench, and most of them you get from unveiling the items, but then these items go down in price a lot. Then throughout the first month of the league, it's still pretty decent strategy, but it's becoming especially nice towards the end of the league, and right now we are after 2 months of the league. And the reason why it's very nice at that point is because most of the money you're gonna make from selling the Aisling crafts. Aisling crafting bench, which is the craft that replaces one of the mods on the item with the veil mod. And right now that craft goes for 4 exalts. I was even able to sell it once for 5 exalts. And for the first month of the league, it's probably around between 2 to 3 exalts. And obviously exalts are a bit cheaper. So it is very good strategy later on in the league, but it's still pretty nice earlier. And again, it is very good early on, like a super early on, because you can sell the veiled items. So in this video I am gonna show you the strategy, like how I was doing it, my Atlas passive tree and so on. Then I'm gonna show you full cycle of Betrayal. I'm not gonna do a full Betrayal guide, but I'm gonna just show you the key points and what you should go for. And obviously after that I'm gonna show you what kind of profit I did get from it. Okay, so let's start with the strategy. So first thing is Atlas tree. So for Atlas tree, I obviously did go for all of the Betrayal points, and the most important one out of all of them is this one, Test of Loyalty, which is gonna give you 1 additional rank. So basically you're gonna rank up all of your guys twice as fast. So this is extremely good one. On top of that, small ones are pretty decent because you're gonna get additional Yun missions, which obviously you need for the strategy, but you don't super need them because you can buy actually sextants, which give you Yun. But if you just have your own mission, obviously that's gonna cut the cost. And as you can see, I still have 160 after the test. I actually started this test with like 250, or maybe even more. Okay, so this is the most important one. Second one is this one, which is gonna give you 100% increased chance that leader is gonna appear in the map, which is actually very nice because leaders don't appear too often, so it is a very good perk, but it's not as important as this one. And this one I actually not even taking because bargain for items options are not that great, to be honest, so I decided to skip this, but I still took 2 small points for additional Yun missions. And the last one is, actually there's one more, there's this one which gives 4% chance for additional Yun mission and 10% chance for reinforcement. So this one is also decent and it's right at the beginning, so obviously you're gonna take it. And the last one is this one, Intelligence Gathering. So this one you actually very often don't want to take, because when you have the syndicate board like this and you are trying to push Aisling into research, you don't want the Atlas passive to proc and basically finish this to 100%, because then research a safe house is not gonna show up in the map for 2 maps. So yeah, you don't want to have this passive, but when you are trying to push for the competition of the safe houses and you want to get the intelligence from the safe houses for the Catarina, then you actually want that passive to be able to finish your things. So what I was doing is, I actually didn't have this one, and I was just taking this right after killing Catarina, and as soon as when I had 100% Catarina intelligence, then I would remove it and I would continue ranking up my guys without this passive. When it comes to map, I was going for Ashenwoods. To be honest, map doesn't matter, you pretty much just want something very small, and I was going for white maps because rarity doesn't do anything for the Betrayal. When it comes to sextants, I was using the Gilded Scarab sextant because I'm gonna search the map for the free syndicate encounter anyway, so I might as well search for the scarabs. Because of that, I am taking the seance, and also I'm gonna be searching for the essences, so I am taking all of the essence nodes. And everything else doesn't matter. I went for the increased loot from map bosses, a chance to duplicate maps from the small points, and I think that's pretty much it. And I am going for the red influence. So that's the first section, and second section is this one. And this one is very interesting because you're not gonna use it all the time. This is gonna give you 100% increased intelligence in area, but you don't really need intelligence that often, but it actually works for the Catarina intelligence. So when you have your board like this, all of these guys are rank 2, always. And when they are rank 2, I believe they are giving 20% intelligence per cycle, or is it 10? I believe it's 10 per cycle, so you are getting 30 in total from one of them. So if you're gonna finish 2 safe houses, you're gonna get 60 in total. So if you would complete 3, you would get 90. If you would complete 4, you would get 120, which is enough to do the Catarina. So basically, normally you would need to complete all 4 of them with rank 2 guys in this to get Catarina. But what you can do is you can actually complete these 2, for example, go into a safe house, do both of them, then go use this sextant, go into a 1 map, finish the 3 cycles from doing 3 encounters in 1 map. They're gonna release and they are gonna give you doubled the intelligence, which means instead of giving 10 per encounter, they are gonna give you 30. So in total, you need to complete only 2 of them to get full Catarina. And I'm gonna show that in an example, so you're gonna be able to see it. Okay, so that's pretty much the strategy, and I was also using remnants on some of the essences. Okay, so now let me show you the example of 1 full cycle. I'm just gonna give you the key points of the most important parts of the strategy. So right now, I'm gonna use the Scarab Sextant, and right now what I need to do is I need to finish these 2 safe houses. So this is why I am going for the intelligence gathering. So I'm gonna enter 1 map. I'm not gonna use this sextant right now, and I'm gonna just use Yun mission, white map, and nothing on the map device. So let me show you first encounter fully. So here's gonna be a first Scarab, essence. For this I would use the remnant. Here's a map boss, so now the thing is gonna proc. I already apparently completed 1 encounter. Oh, I did complete it because I think it finished because I killed map boss. Yeah, so research is already finished. Now I'm gonna do a second one, fortification. So as you can see, this one is finished. I don't care about this option, so just gonna choose whatever, and I'm gonna wait for the intervention. And I don't care about members right now because I know I'm gonna finish this safe house anyway. So right now I'm just gonna put them in here. This doesn't matter, so I'm gonna skip this one. And now I need to, well, I guess I just need to leave. I already have all 3 scarabs. I found essence and I did the encounter. So now you have a choice. When you have this completed, 1 of them, but you don't have second one, you can either go to second encounter and hopefully finish also this one, and then do both of them with the sextant, or you can just use sextant right now and then do it again with the sextant in next map. So this way you're gonna use 2 charges, and to be honest, this sextant is pretty cheap. You can buy it for I believe 10 chaos, so I was pretty wasteful with this. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna finish this safe house. So the safe house is finished, and again, as you can see, this one has 2 rungs. So I'm gonna put him in here. Okay, and now, since Vorici is imprisoned, I am gonna use this sextant for just 1 round. So here is the first encounter. And the members that I don't care about, I am putting in fortification and transportation. The only member I care about to go in research is Vorici, Aisling, and it that fled, and a little bit Leo. Leo is okay, it's not that great, but it's decent. And Hillock, you don't really care where you put him. Either in transportation, fortification, or research, Hillock is worth 1x, and it's still pretty decent in intervention because he's giving the ambush scarabs, which are pretty expensive. But yeah, all of the other ones, I don't care about them, so I do put them in transportation or fortification, and the important ones I am putting in research. So Jorgen is gonna go here, same with Vagan, and Aaron is already here. And when you get option to remove someone, you actually want to take it, because right now I don't know if Aisling is inside of the syndicate, because you always have, I believe, 3 members that are outside of the syndicate, and right now I don't see Aisling anywhere, or it that fled, so there is actually a chance that she is not in here. So, and Aaron is not that great of a member, so I am just gonna remove him, and hopefully Aisling just showed up. Or maybe she is still one of the other ones. So again, with intervention, I don't really care about them right now because I'm gonna finish this anyway. But at least you can still get some decent rewards from the normal safe house. You mostly care about Catarina because Catarina is gonna upgrade all of these safe house by 1 tier. So you're gonna get tier 4 safe houses from Catarina, but you can still get decent rewards from tier 3 when you're doing a normal one. So Hillock, Riker is whatever. I don't want Leo here, I will want the Leon in research. And I guess I can rank up Haku. And I'm actually gonna imprison Leo now, because he's gonna, even if the Atlas passive is not gonna proc, so this one, I'm still gonna get intelligence from this, so I'm gonna imprison him. So now I got Leo and Vorici, and Vorici is already in research, so now I want to put Leo in there. And Vorici, I guess I can make them trusted. And now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Compass, and actually I don't need to remove the sextant because the safe house is now ready, so I'm gonna do the second safe house. So as you can see, it is already 60%, and with this one combined with the sextant, it's gonna be 120. So now I am gonna pick up the scarabs. So again, as you can see, decent amount of normal scarabs. I mean, not winged. Because Catarina is gonna give a tier 4 room again, and tier 4 is winged scarab. And with rank 3 you are getting up to gilded. Okay, so now the Haku is in prison, so again I'm gonna do a next map with the sextant. So now I actually want to put Hillock in fortification because that's gonna be the crafting bench that gives 30% quality to armor, and this one you can sell for 1 exalt on TFT. Riker, I don't care about Riker in research or on intervention, so I'm also gonna put him in here. And same for Coral. Oh, it dot flat moves to fortification. That means it dot flat in here. So that's a good info to know. And I don't really care, so I guess I can do that one. It doesn't really matter. So now with intervention, I actually want both Haku and Gravicious in here, because Gravicious is Winged Divination, which is pretty expensive, and Haku is Winged Ambush, which is actually pretty expensive, so I want him in here. Vorici become trusted. I guess I can get a little bit of intelligence. So for the research, we still don't have Aisling here, so I actually want to remove Gaff. Actually, this is even better, removing him completely, because now Aisling is, we know that it got flat in here, so Aisling is either here, here, or she is out of the syndicate. So now I'm gonna remove Gaff. First I'm gonna check the option, it is rank 1, so I'm gonna remove him, so hopefully now Aisling came in here. And this is also why you want to have this 100% chance for the leader to show up, because then you have easier time to move Aisling if she is somewhere here. And also while you are doing the like preparing the ranks of your guys, you still want to get up to like 90% on 2 of any safe houses, so that you can have them ready for the next cycle. And I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, I do have intelligence still. I'm gonna remove the passive when I'm gonna reach intelligence 90 on any of the safe houses. So now that Catarina is ready, I can actually remove this sextant, so I am not wasting uses. So I'm gonna keep it in here, and I'm gonna use it again next time after I kill the Catarina. So now I got Leo and Elrond. I don't care about the Elrond in research, so I'm gonna upgrade Leo, and I guess I can take a little bit of research. This is the intervention, so I actually care about Elrond in intervention, because this is the Reliquary Scarab, which is actually pretty expensive. If you get it to rank 3 and it's gonna be upgraded to rank 4, that's gonna be Winged Reliquary Scarab, which is pretty expensive. Vorici is in here, but I don't want to remove ranks of these guys, so I'm not gonna choose that option. And I also don't want that one, so I'm just gonna skip. And I guess I can make them trusted. So now I can rank up Hillock to rank 3. Rin is gonna lose all of her ranks, but I don't really care about Rin, so I'm gonna do that one. Trusted is fine. Now I got Vorici, which I can upgrade. I don't care about Rin in research, so I'm gonna upgrade Vorici. And I guess I'm gonna skip both of these options. And right now, basically the only thing I care, I already have Vorici here, I have Leo here. I would prefer to put it that flat here, but the main thing I need is Aisling. And as you can see, pretty much everything is already ranked up, so right now it is a bit RNG, you just hope to eventually get Aisling as an option. So now I have it that flat, so I am gonna derank him, but first I'm gonna rank up Riker. And now I'm gonna derank it that flat, so that next time it might show up in research. And trusted is fine. Here I'm gonna rank up Elrond. So intervention is pretty much ready. I guess there is still more space for one of the other guys that could give me scarabs, but I don't really care about intervention that much. It's just a little bit of additional loot. So now that flat showed up in research, so I can put him in here. So again, the only thing I am missing is the Aisling. So now I got a Rin. I guess I can put Rin in intervention. It's gonna be additional Scarab. Cartographer is not that expensive, but I guess it is something. So here I have option to remove Gravicious. So I could do that, maybe Aisling would show up. But Gravicious is actually pretty decent in intervention, so I'm gonna keep him because that's winged Divination Scarab, so that's a good reward. So I'm gonna ignore that option. So now I got an option to rank up It That Fled. So pretty much everything right now is rank 3. So I guess it's a good time to talk about like why you want certain ones. So Vorici, if you're gonna do Catarina safe house, it's gonna give you between 1 and 6 white socket craft bench. So you're gonna be able to sell that on TFT for 40C per white socket. So it is a bit of a gamble, but it's between like 40C and 6 times 4 C. Second one is It That Fled. You're gonna be able to upgrade Chayula Bridgestone into pure Chayula Bridgestone, and you're gonna get that option twice if you're gonna do it in Catarina safe house. So right now Chayula Bridgestone goes for, I believe, around 70 chaos, and pure you can sell for like 150, so you're profiting 75C or 80C per one, and because there's stood, so you're gonna profit 160C. Leo is probably the worst out of all of them, because you can sell Leo crafted bench for 50C, and it's basically Exalt Slam, just cheaper. So 50C, and you're also gonna get 2 of them, so that's just 100 chaos. Next one is Hillock. So Hillock in transportation, fortification, and research gives craft that gives 30% quality. So in fortification it's gonna be 30% quality for armor, transportation for weapon, and research is gonna be flask, but it's gonna be 28. So it is selling for 1 exalt. And in intervention you just want as many of any guys that give scarabs, and obviously the best one are like Divination, Reliquary. I think Abyss is also nice, Ambush. So yeah, these are like the best ones. But obviously the best out of all of them is Aisling, which has a rank 4, so in Catarina safe house is gonna give you a crafting bench that replaces 1 mod on the item with Veil mod, and that sells for 4 exalts. So this is why right now, as you can see, I have pretty much everything ready, even have 2 safe houses almost at like 100%. So I could technically just go in and right now do a safe house, and I'm gonna get like this is like 1x, this is 100C, this is around another exalt, and this is also probably around another 1 exalt. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 3.5 with scarabs, that's probably like 4 exalts. So as you can see, all of them combined are worth pretty much the same as Aisling. So this is why, like right now, I have pretty much a choice. Do I just think, okay, I'm just not gonna get Aisling in a while, I should just go in and get these 4 exalts, or do I just continue running Yun until I get Aisling? And again, right now Aisling can be either here, or she can be outside of the syndicate, which will mean I will have to remove some of the guys so that Aisling can show up here. So right now I am just gonna continue, I'm just gonna go until Aisling shows up, and yeah, I guess we're gonna see how many additional maps it's gonna take. So right now intervention is at 90%, so I am gonna remove that passive to not risk it becoming 100%. And for the next round I already have intervention and almost transportation ready for the next round of Catarina intelligence. So Aisling finally appeared, and as you can see, she was in fact leader of the transportation. So now it's not the end, because now she, as you can see, has 2 ranks, so I'm gonna have to derank her now. She's gonna lose her captain position and she's gonna move in here. Then I'm gonna have to derank her again and then move her into the research. So it should take at least like 3 to 4 maps, but probably much more than that, depending on the luck. And also, when I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get 30 transportation intelligence, and as you can see, it's almost finished, so I'm also gonna have to do like 1 or 2 more maps, so that the intelligence is gonna drop from the 100 to less than that, because if you have a safe house ready, it can't appear in the map for like 1 or 2 maps. Okay, so first let me look at the other ones. I'm gonna rank up vegan. Actually this is a really good option, because this says async loses all ranks, which means I no longer have to derank her, so I'm not gonna have to wait, and it's also gonna lose 2 ranks, so I'm gonna immediately be able to put her in here. And this is why you always want to check your options first. Like, I could have imprison her immediately, but I decided to check the other options first, and as you can see, it was a good idea to do that. And I guess I can choose this one, and now I just need to put her in research. And now from the third map I got option to move async to research. I'm still gonna double check other options, and now I just need to rank her up 1 more time. And now in the next map I already got her, and she is rank 3. So now my full syndicate board is ready. So now, just to show you, before I do Catarina, you can see this is the most important one. Again, I do have already Aisling, and if I didn't have Vorici or Iddatfled or Leo, I still would just go and do the Catarina. The only way I would not do Catarina and I had Aisling already in research is if I already saw that Iddatfled, Leo or Vorici is somewhere at the bottom, preferably already in research and maybe rank 1, rank 2, and it's like almost ready, then I would like do between like 1 and 3 more maps just to finish them, to rank them up to rank 3. Other than that, if Aisling is in here, you can just go for it. And this one cycle of Betrayal was, to be honest, pretty unlucky. Like, as you could see, Aisling was here and I had to do a ton of maps to put her in here. But because it took a long time, it's not that bad, because now, as you can see, I have 90% intelligence, pretty much all 4 of the safe houses, so it's gonna be pretty easy to do next one. And if Aisling in next one is really lucky and maybe she's gonna be immediately here, I'm gonna have Catarina pretty much ready, and I'm gonna have 2 other safe houses ready for the third cycle. So it's actually not that bad if from time to time you need to spend a long time. Okay, so now I'm gonna enter the Catarina, and now she is dead, so I'm gonna just get the loot from her, and she always dropped 1 unique and some scarabs. And Catarina veiled items, which are expensive pretty much only at the beginning of a league. So some rusted, gilded polished scarab, and a shield, which is pretty much worthless. Okay, and here you can see 4 wings, and here are all of the safe houses from the whole board. So here I guess I got some unique, none of them are expensive, so I'm just gonna skip it. Here are some splinters. Here's the crafting bench for the bridgestones. Here are some essences. Winged ambush scarab. Another scarab, so this is from the Elreon. This is the cartography, and that one is actually pretty cheap. And here is a bench, this is a Leo bench, so for exalt slamming item. This is the Torah, I believe, with the enchant item. And here in the middle you actually have access to a stash. And here's all of the loot that I got from these maps that I was running. And I think this. So this is loot from Catarina and from the safe house, and here is the loot from the map. And I actually wasn't using the sextant that gives Gilded Scarab. I only used it one time, so 12 Gilded Scarabs. I just wanted to make it a bit quicker. So, but yeah, during the test I actually was running it all the time. Wing Divination, I believe this is the most expensive Scarab. Here is the Hillock bench, so quality of armor 30%, and here's the Aceling, which is for exalts. And here is Vorici, so 1 to 6 white sockets. So now what I would do is I would have prepared a notepad with the text that I am using for posting on TFT. So here it is. And I do have Aceling, I have Hillock, but I have 30% armor, so I would swap that. And I do have Leo, I do have Vorici, and I would just copy it and go to TFT. Here is the TFT section for services, want to sell, and I would check the prices, because prices actually change a lot. As you can see, this guy is posting for 50C Vorici, so maybe I should, and this guy also, so maybe I should change the price to 50C per one. And looks like Aceling is still 4 exalts, and that's pretty much it. Maybe a Leo I should post for a little bit cheaper, but let's post it like that. And I'm gonna show you how fast you can get the sales. And also it depends on the rank. I have Awakened as a service provider, so it shouldn't be that hard for me. But if you don't have a rank, you probably might have to sell them for a little bit cheaper. As you can see, I already got the sale for Aceling. I am gonna remove that from the trade, so people no longer message me for Aceling. I'm gonna put a portal here. Aceling, I believe, is here. And you just do the trade. Make sure it is Aceling. Yes, it is. And actually succeeded. I believe I removed what he wanted. And 4 exalts. Easy. And I believe right now I am not that lucky with other ones. So as you can see, no one is whispering me for Hillock and Leo and Vorici. And this is the most annoying part about this strategy. Sometimes you might have to wait a little bit, and you can't really leave this area until you sell all of them, because you're no longer gonna be able to enter here. 1 Leo Slam, that's fine. I believe Leo Slam was somewhere at the bottom. This is the armor. Here's the Leo Slam. Just make sure. 1 Leo Slam. Now I am actually gonna change my listing. So I have only 1 Leo Slam left, and maybe I'm gonna reduce this price to like 40C for it to sell faster. Hillock sold also. It doesn't take too much time to sell all of them, but I just wanted to show you what you should expect, like how fast you should expect to be able to sell them. And again, obviously it depends on your ranks, and if you don't have a rank on TFT, you might have to sell them for cheaper, or you might have to rank up maybe with some harvest crafts. You can get a lot of vouchers on TFT thanks to them. double check, Hillock. And the only thing I am missing right now is the Vorici, so no one is buying it. If no one buys it, I would actually just use it on maybe like one of my items, like a staff or something. I don't really feel like waiting too long of a time. And Hillock is sold. In the meantime, while I wait, I guess I'm gonna do the Bridgestone craft, so I don't forget about it. So 2 Chayula Bridgestones, and I believe it's somewhere here, yes. Pure Chayula Bridgestone, and another one. Oh, and I got sale on TFT. So it took a few minutes to wait. I believe it took like 7 minutes to sell all of the crafts. I guess the only thing I didn't sell is Leo, and this is why I don't really like Leo that much. It's not the most important one. It's pretty cheap, it's only 50C, and also it doesn't sell that well. Also, if you're going for Vorici, sometimes people will trade you like a 4 sockets or 3 sockets items, and obviously you're gonna get more money when there's 6 sockets, so you might want to tell people that you only sell 6 socket ones. You craft on 6 socket ones, but to be honest, I don't really care. I go for 4 ones. So, for example, this one got 4 sockets, I'm gonna get 160C, but maybe I actually should have gotten 5 or 6 if it was a 5 or 6 socket item. So yeah, 106 is pretty much 1x, so I am not gonna wait for the Leo Slam. Now let's look at the profit from this one cycle. So I believe it took me around 1 hour. Don't look at the time here because I actually was taking a few breaks in between, but total actually mapping time, I believe it took me around an hour, maybe a little bit less even, and it was a very unlucky one. And I got 2 Pure Chayula Bridgestones, which is I believe around 1x profit total, 6 exalts, 50C, some winged scarabs and other scarabs. So in total I believe I did profit like 8 exalts from this one. And again, it was pretty unlucky, but at least I got all of the most important members. Okay, so now let's look at the actual results of the test that I did. And also I guess I can show you that's how Syndicate board is gonna look after Catarina, and you're gonna just repeat the cycle. Just gonna do put this passive back on and do 2 safe houses with the sextant, and continue hunting for Aisling. And hopefully now Aisling is somewhere here, preferably in research already. Okay, so let's look at the results of the test that I did. So I believe I did around 140 maps in this test. Oh, and just to show you, it took me 15 missions to do this round. It actually was more map, I believe it was around 20, but you're gonna gain some of your missions back while you're gonna run them. Okay, moving back to test, I did around 140 maps, and this is what I got. So this is the loot from the maps themselves, so some maps, essences. I actually kept only the deafening ones, and here Dread Shrieking, and here are the corrupted ones. Here are all of the scarabs, which dropped from the altars, guardian maps from maps, and some currency and invitations. And I did get Gravebind, which is a pretty rare drop. Here are all of these scarabs, so gilded scarabs from the Scarab Sextant. So that's the one that drops scarabs from the tormented monsters. And here is a loot from Catarina's. So this is all of the like a random loot, so some scarabs, essences, currency, unique items, which actually you sell for more when there is a when you are not unveiling them yourself, because people want to unveil them themselves. This is pretty much just for gamble, but people want to buy these items, especially flasks, to get the crafts from Cinder's Wall. And this is from Janus. Janus is actually pretty decent. He's dropping the expedition currency when he's in research. So if you don't have anything else and you already have Aisling, you can just go for Janus in research. If you get the option, you're gonna get some expedition currency, which is pretty expensive. And this is second tab of Catarina. So this is the most important stuff. So all of the exalts and chaos came from the selling benches. Here are all of the pure triangular bridgestones and all of the winged scarabs. So now let's look at the spreadsheet. So again, 140 maps, and it took me 120 missions. Again, because some maps are gonna give you missions, so that basically means I got around 20 missions back from running these maps. I was buying the sextant for the scarabs for 25C. I had to use 35 of them, and I was buying sextants for the intelligence for 10C. I only had to use around 10 of them. Here is the price of triangular bridgestones, so 75C. I used around 100 remnants, and I was buying them for 2 chaos. They actually went up in price a bit, so 200C. And here is amount of missions. So I did have to spend 2700C, and if I actually was buying the sextants with Yun missions, you have to pay around 8C per map. So you're paying, I believe, like 30C for each sextant, but it has 4 uses, so it's 8C. So if I was actually buying the sextant, so I didn't have mission myself, it would be 3700C. So 1000 chaos more investment. Okay, it took me 9.5 hours to do this test, and I did get from the scarabs, so from the sextant I did profit 2600C, and you already can see I did spend 900 and I did profit 2.60, so I did make like 2.5k exalts, chaos, just from the scarab sextant. Here's all of the random stuff, so the Guardian maps, the invitations, and so on. Here is the loot from Catarina and all of the random members that don't really matter too much. So it's basically this tab. And the last part is loot from benches and winged scarabs. So the most important ones, so as you can see, 13,000 chaos. And each one of these is like 1, 2, and 3. So in total, 20,000 chaos, which is around 100 exalts. So I was profiting 10.5x per hour. And if I was buying the missions, it would be pretty much 10 exalts per hour. So it doesn't matter too much if you have to buy them or you just have your missions. You're just gonna save a little bit of money. So it's actually a pretty nice strategy. 10 exalts per hour is very good, and it is pretty simple strategy. Obviously, the only thing you need to know is how to choose your options, but obviously everyone is gonna make mistakes sometimes. Don't think you're always gonna make the best decision. Probably even in this video I made some decisions that were not 100% correct. Even one time I had Aisling already as a rank 3 in research, and by accident I swapped her with someone in intervention, so I had to derank her and put her back in research again, so that was a big mistake. But yeah, no one is gonna always do this perfectly. And the best part about this strategy is that there is not gonna be that much trading. Most of the profit is gonna come from just pure exalts from crafting benches and chaos. You're gonna have to sell pure bridgestones and winged scarab, but all of this, everything else doesn't matter. You don't even have to sell it. As you could see from the spreadsheet, most of the money just came from the most important crafts. You don't even have to obviously run the scarabs, sextant, but it's just some additional profit, so why not go for that. So that's gonna be it in this video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.